Like that.
Access granted.
And we'll just slip right out the door. Like nothing strange is going on.
Jensen, I have a message for you from one of your former colleagues, a Detective Alexander.
Jenny, what did she want?
She said she could use some help if you can make your way over to Grand River Road. And might I just add, as wonderful as it is to have you back at the office, I am not your personal dating service.
Come around this way, buddy.
Son of a bitch! We need help here! Shotgun load!
Sleep. Okay, I think that's all the bad guys here. Anything over here I should be concerned with? No. All right.
Oh, please. You can't actually believe in purity first and freedom. Not yet.
First things first. We've got that. What mission is that? Go to the police station lobby. We'll get there in a second. There's nothing strange about this still. I just jump over ledges. What I do. Okay. Alright. Apart from the Sheriff's Chief of Security, who is still in critical condition in Redacted, and another lab technician who is lying in a deep coma in the same hospital, the only witness to the attack on Seraph who was left alive is a tech named Arthur Hopkins. Something peculiar regarding the witness's deposition or lack thereof. When we first got to the scene, Mr. Hopkins was waiting for us in the rec room near the labs. He was obviously in shock, but was quite coherent and ready to give a clear description of the incident. The emergency response team wanted to make sure that his condition was stable before allowing us to interview him, and when we came back after his checkup a few minutes later, he was incoherent and confused. He couldn't remember anything about the attack, and we still haven't heard back from the ER team regarding this matter. Addendum, Captain Penn, the situation has been resolved with the medical team. Mr. Hopkins' condition has been validated. He suffered from a severe concussion. The matter is closed. Quick rundown. There was no trace evidence found at what seems to be the point of entry. The incident didn't last long, but the amount of damage was excessive. There were a large number of victims, and yet not many rounds were fired, and the accuracy was spot on. The attackers are probably all marksmen. This was the work of top-notch professionals. Seraph confirms that a new augmentation design was being tested just prior to the attack, but the augmentation itself was unharmed and no files related to it were stolen. The obvious motive here is theft and/or corporate espionage, but then why destroy the facility and murder everyone? Because they didn't murder everyone. A competitor could no doubt benefit from such a catastrophe, but these measures were quite extreme, and to my knowledge, this is an incident without precedent. I want to note here that this is a matter I brought up with Lieutenant Ashbrook on multiple occasions, but with no concrete results. Obviously, they were trying to take a person. Speaking of that, I've been appointed by the state to perform autopsy on the remains of multiple victims of the attack on Seraph Industries. This is due to the critical nature of the incident and the need for the State Department to be fully aware of every detail without going through an endless array of bureaucratic forms and requests. There is no way linked to the competence of local medical examiner Dr. Gerald Campbell and shouldn't be interpreted as such. The neck was crushed, obviously strangled, extreme burns, no drugs. Cause of death is the quick and intense snapping of the neck vertebrae combined with crushing pressure. Body was likely burned after the subject was deceased. We'll get to you in a sec. While examining the crime scene, Detective Hayward and I both noticed that the area was covered by the attack seemed abnormally damaged, burnt to a degree that could not be explained by a normal fire or the use of any known explosives. It was the same for all of the recovered victims' bodies. Residue analyzed by forensic lab officers on the scene likely comes from a high-tech accelerant of an unknown nature. It seems the lab's equipment and victims were deliberately burned to an excessive degree. The most obvious conclusion is that it was done to eliminate possible trace of evidence, but it just feels odd, like something is off. Now we're gonna hack. Okay. So, no nukes.
Access granted.
Alright, let me in here. Added one bracelet. Megan Reed lab notes, entry 708. It's hard to fathom it all sometimes. When I made the breakthrough in my research a couple years ago, I never thought it would get this big. I thought it was an anomaly at first, but it's become to genetics what universal assemblers are to nanotechnology. We're talking about the holy grail of DNA here. Hell, this is Gregor Mendel big. The thing is, I have to bury the truth, not the discovery, but how I reached my results. It's become harder lately. I betrayed someone I respected for the sake of my research. I wish I had a chance to fix it, but it got bigger than me, bigger than Seraph. If this ever came to light, Seraph Industries could be ruined. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm tired, and I think I'll just wrap things up for tonight. Alrighty then. As well walk right on into the lobby.
All the media speculation surrounding that hostage
No
situation
traffic.
in Detroit
Most of the
has...
streets-
Yeah? What do you want?
Information.
Then go bother the receptionist, Chrome Boy, instead of wasting my goddamn time.
Not that kind of information. I want to know about the Seraph Industries case.
Ha ha! And I want a blowjob and a vintage '05 Bard GT, so I guess we both keep on dreaming. Huh, metalhead?
I know you handled critical evidence linked to the case, and I want to know about it.
First off, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And second, even if I did, what makes you think I give a shit about what you want? Now, I strongly suggest you take your high-tech, toaster-looking ass out of my way before I handle you.
Strong words. You're a real poet.
Yep.
Tell me, is that how you plan to handle the judge when they prosecute you for perjury, possession, and intent to distribute?
What the hell are you babbling about, Chrome Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Funny story. There's this guy, Blaine Lopez. Deals dope near City Airport. A real scumbag. You know him? Because I have a nice little chat record between him and you. So you want to go to jail? Or you want to tell me what I want to know?
Yeah, what do you
How
got for
the
me?
hell do you... Shit, man. Now listen, I just did what was asked of me. I didn't have a choice.
Yeah, you did.
Talk.
Okay, look. I just came in one morning, and there was an email with my new assignment in it. Official business. But there were also specific instructions. I had to check out the lab for footage from an Intellicam. They told me to take it and leave it near a garbage can somewhere near the lake.
What was on it?
More specific, please.
It's not crystal clear, but mainly it shows the boys who attacked Seraph as they were breaching the labs. And it looked like they were bringing something in with them. Impossible to tell what.
Who asked you to do this?
You think I know? Orders are orders around here. They always come from above. And nobody asks questions. You just do what they say, and you hope you don't end up like Secretary Haas over there.
Find a common ground. Should that day ever come to pass,
You got what you
one
wanted.
cannot help but wonder if millionaire Hugh Darrow,
I'd
the
stay
man
off
whose
the streets
innovations
near
first
D. Row
propelled
if I were you,
augmentation
mister.
technology to the
The
forefront,
DRBs
will
keep an eye
also
on
be
everyone.
present.
Walking above ground.
You looking for something?
These offices are off limits to civilians, sir. Don't go in there.
Right.
Patients attempting
Now's not a good time.
Avenue Limerick
Come back later.
found their route.
All right. Just shoot him at the lobby. Oh, I already searched that guy. A lot of screaming going on in this place all the time.
Hey, Jensen. Long time no see.
Hey, Jenny.
Jensen. My God, it's been a while. Remember me?
Yep.
We used to work the old 17th precinct back in the day. Man, I wish I could go with the good old you haven't changed at all bit, but that'd be complete and utter bullshit, right?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it. You look a little different too, Xander. What's your new gig?
Deep cover. I'm keeping tabs on the derelict row ballers for now.
Deep cover, all right.
I've got a hunch something big's coming.
Why do I get the sudden feeling you're about to include me into that something big?
Because you're clever. That and the fact that, well, it's pretty obvious. But jokes aside, you couldn't have come at a
Yeah,
better
that's
time,
what she
Jensen.
said.
This case I'm on, we're stalling and we could use a little external help.
Go ahead.
I'm with IA now, and we're working a sting on a dirty cop named Jack O'Malley. Elusive motherfucker. I mean, Men in Black elusive. We know he's involved in drugs, weapon dealing, tied into the gangs. But he's clever, and we just can't seem to pin anything on him. I swear he's got
So you're
friends
having
in high
trouble pinning
places.
stuff on yourself.
Okay, and where do I fit in all this?
You're an outsider. You can go places we legally can't. I need someone to do a couple of things.